Great to be here.
Right. So today, actually, before that, let me ask you guys how you're doing. How's your week been? How's school? How's work? How's your husband? How's your wife? How's the baby? Hope you're good.
Or your future boo, your future bae, your future husband, your future wife. Hopefully not your past.
Right. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something very interesting. It's been debated.
Up and down.
As in with scriptures.
All sorts of things.
Without scriptures.
Culture.
But everything from my own point of view. It's been a lifelong
Different people have talked about it in different ways.
debate. So we're going to talk about it and as usual, I'll tell you how it rolls in our own house and then we'll hear from you. So it's this issue of
chores!
who should do what?
Washing the dishes, sweeping the floor, mopping the sky. Removing the cobwebs from the ceiling.
Whose responsibility is it to do what? Can I pay the rent?
Can I pound the yam?
Can I drive children to school?
Can she wash the car?
Do you wash the car?
Is it
That
true?
kind of thing. So this whole specific roles as for a specific gender, is it real? Where does it stem from? Is there a scriptural reference for it, or is it just our mind or our culture? What exactly is it?
And how do we navigate that terrain, particularly this century, where men and women are a lot more empowered than they used to be, and more men are sort of like more flexible? What's the fine balance, if there's any balance? What are your recommendations, and how do we roll?
Okay, I'm very tempted to start with something, but I don't know if that's going to cause another debate altogether. So let's just build it up to there, and if I see a need to talk about it, then I will.
I don't know what that is, but you can bring it on.
let's see how it goes. Okay, so for me, where I stand on it is this. I'm a pro.
But you're sitting. How can you say you stand when you're sitting?
I'm standing in my mind.
Okay.
So where I stand on it is this. I'm pro strength.
Yeah.
I'm pro disposition per time. When I say disposition, when I say disposition, I don't mean if you feel like or if you don't feel like. I mean who has the available time at that time.
Really?
Or who has the available resources at that time.
Okay, let me let you finish.
Yes, so that's what I feel. So I know that men generally, they like to chase, they like to work, they like to provide, right? So if my husband has the capacity, and even if he doesn't really, but he wants to do it, I'm not going to say, no, I'm the one that has the money, I'm the one that is working.
What if you have the money?
Wait, now let me land.
Okay.
I'm the one that has the money, I'm the one working in a so and so company. You're the one, you don't have, let me do it. I'm going to let you try to fulfill that thing that is by nature your disposition to want to do. And
Whose
even
nature?
if a man's nature, any man.
Really?
Yes, except
there are
that man is
kinds of
just
men these days,
that man is just drop beat.
There are different kinds of men.
No, Pastor Dami,
These
I
days.
think every man at his core, he wants to provide, he wants to chase, he wants to protect.
Maybe wants to provide the inspiration for the woman to do the business. You see, provide the networks, the contacts, maybe ideas. That's provision.
If he's providing that one, he might as well do it for himself and bring the money.
Well, it could be, but if you think about the Lion Kingdom, I know you say we're not watching Animal Planet, but the Lion Kingdom, it's really the lionesses that do the hunts, that go for the chase and all of that. The guys just chill.
Really? Even when
Yes.
the guy is alive?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but what there must be something behind it. Are they teaching their cubs to do something, or is that just
That's just the way the system works.
Well, that's not how men work.
Well,
You are
anyway,
talking.
you learn. So you're thinking about provision first. We're talking about chores. Don't forget, we're talking about chores now.
Okay, we're talking about okay, even at that, I'm still coming from the point of view of there are some things that we are naturally wired to do. Well, okay, maybe now I'm seeing your point a bit. No, I'm not. For house chores, there are some things that some people are naturally predisposed to do.
Yeah.
So generally speaking, you guys don't find me yet. Women are domestic. We are homey. We like to take care of. We like to cook. We like to clean. Generally speaking.
Okay,
now there are some women that they don't even want to know whether there's one grain of rice in the kitchen or anything. For me, I shall not crucify you. If you have an understanding with your husband that you know what, we're going to have a maid and we're going to have a cook, and this is how this is going to operate. Maybe once in 2 years I can step into the kitchen.
What if the husband cannot afford the cook, the maid, the washerman, whoever? The husband cannot afford it.
and the woman already knows that she's not disposed to be that kind of person, then that's a compatibility issue.
Which compatibility issue?
It's a compatibility issue because it's going to cause clashes.
I don't think it's a compatibility issue.
It's going to cause clashes because if I come to your house...
Why should it cause clashes? You're getting married to this guy. You guys just win. You've gotten married to this guy who's trying to build his life. He's not from a wealthy home. Dankte is not his uncle. Otodola is not his father-in-law, obviously. It's not his financier or whatever. Bill Gates is not his godfather. This guy is a regular 28 or something year old guy. He's just managed to scrape that 500,000 naira together. Not for the wedding. Which kind of wedding?
To parents.
To parents. Now you're saying you should go and pay maid and cook because you don't like cooking.
That's what I'm saying. These are conversations. I'm talking from the point of having a conversation before you're even married.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you know this is the kind of person you are, you shouldn't go into your marriage assuming or expecting that the man is not going to provide you the cook, the this and that. So
what should that lady do? She doesn't enjoy cooking. The husband cannot afford all this fantastic domestic stuff.
When you say what should the lady do you mean if she loves the guy and the guy loves her and they want to get married, or
they're already married?
And they didn't have this conversation.
Yes.
First of all, that's one chance for you. That's on you. You can't even blame anybody. You can't even blame the man. That one is on you.
What if they have a conversation and the man says, I can't afford it?
And she decides to go
good enough reason for the woman to say, I'm not marrying? That's good enough.
Yes.
Well, I disagree.
So if I had told you before we got married that I can't cook, I don't like it, is not me. Growing up in my house, my brother, for example, my brother is classic.
Didn't you learn? So are you advising people to do what you didn't do? Didn't you learn how to cook?
I learned how to cook on the job. So now that's different. I was not totally averse to cooking. I wasn't like, I don't want to smell potatoes, I don't want to smell tomatoes.
I don't know how many men will marry a woman. Now for me, I know the cooking and all of that is not the yardstick for success in marriage. But I don't know how many men will marry a woman who's averse to cooking. I don't know. Well, averse. Like
I know marriages where the women are not kitchen women. I don't mean that in a bad way. They are not like that, and their husbands are fine.
Are you sure their husbands are fine? Ladies,
fine.
Please don't be assuming that the fact that the guy doesn't hammer it over and over again. The guy might just be like, I'm not in for this. There's one correct babe somewhere that's cooking good and we do for this guy.
I'm not going to business trip. They're going to Mama Put to
buy. That's saying they start. This is a very serious matter.
I don't agree because I know some of these marriages have lasted for years and they're fine.
There are many marriages that are window marriages, as in glass window. What do they call the thing? Show glass window. So for occasional events, I mean, even the wife knows the guy is cheating. Right? Before, let's just bond, let's just show face, let's save face for public, we're socialites. So the guy knows he's incomplete socially without this guy beside him. Rather, without this girl beside him. So their marriage is like this. So the fact that people are together and bearing Mr. and Mrs. XYZ does not mean the marriage is working. That's established.
When you say working though, do you mean if they're having difficulties in that area or working
I'm saying in general, there could be different reasons. But the point, how it got to this point was the whole, if you're averse, from my experience, ladies, take this from a guy who's counseled many people, who's connected to friends. Not all guys are big on cooking and food. Yeah, that's true. For example, food is not my thing, but of course my wife takes care of me very well. But I don't know any guy that would be comfortable with saying, this girl, you don't want to cook, you hate cooking, let's go and get married. I don't think so. I don't know many. I won't say there are no guys like that. Okay,
but even with me, I don't love cooking. I cook because
but you were willing from the onset.
Yeah, but especially since Carmen came, I haven't cooked a whole lot.
But the issue is you're willing and you do cook. That's the thing. I'm trying to help people.
If I didn't cook at all, you wouldn't have
an issue with it. That would have been a very serious issue.
So you would have married me if I told you I don't.
I can't say I wouldn't have married you, but I'm saying there would have been some long conversations.
Well, you have married me at the end of the day.
I may have married you, but if there was somebody else cooking for me,
you'll have married the person.
No, not necessarily marry the person. I'll be eating out, and you have a problem with that.
No, I won't have a problem. No, that's the thing.
Oh my God! All we were watching is start cooking for me, right?
No, that's the
Please.
Wait, chill.
Just leave a comment. Go to my Instagram and Facebook and tell me 3 types of soups you love to cook.
So you can go and start eating in their house.
Since you have a problem with it.
No, chill. No.
You wound yourself into a whole lot. See, wife beaters, husband beaters. Please come and deliver me from
I reject it in the name of Jesus.
She's not a wife beater, just okay.
No. I was going to say this. Babes, when you now say you're not doing this, you can't now argue when the man now says he's going to do that if you're not doing this. However, whatever this man is going to do must be within the parameters of the marriage agreement and covenant.
That's long grammar.
It's not long grammar, let me learn. So you cannot tell
You're
me.
saying let me learn.
Yes, I'll let you learn.
An air
So
craft.
you cannot tell me you're now going to either one girl that likes you house to go and eat, or you're going to eat.
How can you regulate the source of a need in my life when you're not willing to be that source?
Babe, food is not a need in your life.
Who says so? Food is a need in my life.
Okay, you know what? You're talking about this food and cooking thing too much. We need to go on to other
In fact, we've changed the title of this vlog. The title of this vlog is to cook or not to cook. Yes. I know we told you earlier that it's just, but since we've entered this cook, a lot of people, let's deal with the cooking matter.
Okay.
So a lot of people
you made me
have
start
this.
on my hair, I'm sure.
Don't worry, you still look hot. I'm pretty. That's why you're sweating, because you're hot. Anyway.
So that I'm hot enough. I'm not entering kitchen today. No food.
No, Allah.
Okay.
I'll go and eat at a babe's house. So let's talk about all this cooking thing. Since we went off, let's talk about the cooking thing. A lot of women have this idea that it's okay if I don't cook, if I don't learn how to cook, if I'm not willing to learn how to cook, and if I hate everything that has to do with cooking.
Okay, let's remove the last one. Let's remove the hating part. That's a bit
vehement.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you for free. Ask any guy in the world. Well, not any guy. Ask 98% of guys in the world. They're not necessarily stuck on you making me fresh, some fresh fish. Go and pick the tomatoes from the backyard, grind the pepper with olota. You know what that is? That's like grinding
the
stone.
grinding stone and thing, right?
Yeah. They're not big on that. But they want to see that there is some person who's taking care of. There are 3 F's.
There are 3 F's, by the way.
Oh, look.
3. Yeah, that's when you know he's about to give you 6.
3 F's?
Aka, shout out to you.
Aka. F. Food. The second F is what? I won't tell you what the other 2 F's are. But you know what else is. But there are 3 F's. But you guys should figure out what the other 2 F's are.
I don't know what the third F is.
Don't worry. The guy wants to know that, listen, my wife is flexible enough or willing to, adapt to that lifestyle. No matter how rich she is, no matter the home she's coming from, even if, the father gives the marriage $1 million, whatever, most guys love food.
First of all, you're saying most guys. When you say most guys, you mean most Nigerian guys or most guys?
Well,
because a lot of, I don't want to sound ras, foreign guys, Oimbo guys, white guys, it's not a big deal to some of them. So you can't say most men, except you're saying most Nigerian men.
Well, I haven't done a typical survey, but from my interactions with people from Africa and a few persons who are Caucasian, many guys, they delight in food. They thrive when they smell.
Yeah, so what
food.
if the woman orders the food, heats up the food for you, arranges it in a nice
Let's
way?
do a calculation. You're going to be married for, let's say, an average of 50 years. Thereabout, if you really work things out. A year is 365 days. You have 3 meals. Supposed to have 3. Most people have 2 meals a day. So 2 meals a day times 365 days, that's 730 days. So it's 730 meals in 1 year. 730 meals times 50 years is 26,500 meals, I think. So how many times are you going to order 26,500 meals? Now, who's footing the bills? If you foot the bill at 1,000 naira per meal, of which God knows what that meal is, and you're ordering 26,500 meals in your marriage lifespan, that's 26.5 million naira has been squandered into the hands of people.
Don't say squandered.
It's been squandered.
You see, this is another thing.
Meanwhile, you could go to Yao Market, you could go to even ShopRite and just buy your own groceries and stuff and cook.
This is another thing I need to learn. And people say this a lot about marriages. Why are you spending 50 million naira on your marriage and all? The question I always say is, it depends on who is spending the money.
Okay.
Because 50 million naira may be a lot to somebody, and it's chicken change to another person.
Absolutely, but
so in this same regard,
but even to those who consider 50 million naira chicken change, they don't want to say squander. They want to say
yeah. So it depends. Who is what do they say as squandering, and what do they say as enjoyment, what do they say as good, what do they say as beneficial. So if the 50 million is going to bring them something they see as beneficial, even if it's crazy
to be buying food.
I'm talking about wedding now. Yeah.
I think I should tell ladies something. When a guy is eating, he's not just tasting the food; he's tasting the love that went into preparing it. So just
I think you're being very much of an African man.
Maybe.
Yes.
But I'm African, so I can do that myself. I'm kingdom first, but African.
Yeah. So I really feel that there are men who would have an agreement that okay, fine, let the maid cook, or let us get a cook, or let's order food or whatever. And I don't think it's going to bring the roof down. And first of all, let me also remind you that when I met you, you told me you only eat fresh food.
I didn't say I only eat fresh food. I said I want.
Yeah, you want fresh food. Yes. You only eat you want. Yeah. So what happened one day was, because I told him, this one that I don't even like cooking. You're not telling me I should be cooking food for you every day. So what happened one day was, he came over to visit me, and I gave him beans, nice beans. When he finished whacking it, I said, I've been in freezer for 3 weeks. He was like, And that was how that matter
ended. Let me tell you why I said so. I wanted to know am I stuck on fresh food? Have I demanded it?
Yeah, because you've eaten beans from the freezer that was 3 weeks.
That's not why. Before I said I wanted fresh food, I've been eating frozen food.
Where?
Was I not living by myself? Was I not eating
so why are you demanding what you were not eating?
Because I wanted you. I'll tell you why. Because I wanted you to be willing. I wanted to demonstrate. I wanted to test your willings, and I'm being very serious.
To cook or to cook fresh food.
To be willing to at least stretch yourself. Yes.
On top food. I should
yes.
Stretch myself.
See, this vlog is way too long.
I should stretch myself.
Yes. So let's do it this way: to cook or not to cook. We're going to talk about the chores next video, right? But for this video, I want to ask you guys a question. Guys, what are your comments? What do you think about women cooking? Is it okay for a lady to just say, no, I can't cook? Ladies, what do you think? Let us know. It's been an interesting debate. I think one of our most heated debates so far.
Yes.
But anyway, we hope this enlightens somebody. I have my point. My wife has her point. Now, if you know somebody who loves love,
who is in love,
who loves cooking,
or who doesn't want to enter the kitchen
at all, send them the link to this video, and we hope that somewhere in the heated debate they will find a reason to align themselves with their truest values and build a relationship that will last the sense of time. Until next video.